Meow.
Meow. Meow mix, please deliver. This is episode 77 of Off the Shelf, the voice of Transformers Collectors Club Australia. I'm Jason. I feel like I'm having a bit of a blackout tonight because I've turned the lights off in my room in an attempt to get some mood lighting. Also, just so that the camera just wasn't completely, totally washed out. I feel like it's gone a little bit too far and it's maybe not working for me anymore. We'll see. Jason is broadcasting from the Dark Ages tonight. Tonight we have a full house. Joining me, going right to left on the bottom of the screen, we have Brad. How are you doing, Brad?
Evening all. Evening, Jason.
Brad's broadcasting from his secret location. Also, like me, in a darkened room with only the light on his face so that you can't tell where his secret broadcast location is in country Victoria.
They know where it is. They know where it is.
So do I. Mikey, coming to us from Sydney. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Aren't you in Sydney as well?
I am also in Sydney, but
good.
I'm attempting to be gracious.
Oh, fair enough. Yes, I am in the wonderful, beautiful, weird weathered Sydney. Yes, and excellent. I have a beanie on. Thank you.
Yes, you do. You've been sporting the beanie quite a bit lately, actually. How's your mother?
Yeah,
say hi to for me, etc.
Yes.
And other things that Rogue McManus says on live television.
Yeah, I miss him.
Not for 6 years, yeah.
John from up north. John, do we say just Queensland? Do we say Gold Coast? Or do we say Brisbane?
No, definitely not Brisbane. Yeah, Gold Coast.
Yeah, well, okay.
John's answering with the speed of a Queenslander there. How are you doing, John?
No, I'm fine. I'm doing great. So it's Friday night. It's good to be out of work. So
it's Friday night. It's you're about to get that ever so familiar TCCA podcast headache. It's going to start when we start talking about I don't know. Rubber tires and masterpiece figures.
Slow news week.
It has been a slow news week, which is why we've also got a fifth person. That's 5. I can count podcast participants on the entirety of my hand tonight. Daniel Quinn making a nice return to the podcast after God knows how long, actually. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm good. It's good to be back, though. I've missed it. I've been busy, too busy to do anything other than occasionally eat noodles and sleep.
and apparently grow a beard as well for video viewers.
Luscious.
Actually,
interestingly enough, I think, Mikey, it's only you and I who actually prefer to go the unfacial hair adornment.
Couldn't grow a beard to save my life.
I can. I'm often very lazy, and often by the end of the week, I end up sporting a few days' growth. But yeah,
I shave once a week, and there's nothing really there anyway. So again, it's just. Then I'm gonna next year. I'm just gonna be full everything.
Full everything.
Wouldn't be a good look. Yes.
Nobody actually knows what the full everything means, but that's all right.
You'll find out, though.
In years time, we'll know.
So, gentlemen, as we said, it has been a quiet news week. Let's ease into it. What has been happening this week? Has anyone done anything Transformers related?
I come back to the podcast.
I tried to transform and roll out, but I just hit the floor.
I just face planted and scraped.
I'm working on it. Maybe next week.
You should get one of those exosuits and break your bones as you transform, because that at least the masterpiece version seems like I don't know how a human does those things. Apparently, humans' arms fall off all the time, so that's a feature.
Yeah, apparently, Transformers arms do as well.
Yeah.
I've done nothing Transformers. I've done nothing Transformers related.
Right.
Yeah. I think I went headlong into Titan's Return and hooked on that, but we'll talk about that later on with new acquisitions. But another week.
All right. I think
getting geared up for the birthday parties that are coming up next weekend and the weekend after. So
It sounds like Mike is going to take issue with going headlong into Titans Return when we get some new acquisitions. And you do speak the truth. The club's birthday is coming up, which does bring us to some boilerplate stuff for the podcast. This is Off the Shelf. We are the podcast for Transformers Collectors Club Australia. You can find everything about the club at transformerscca.com. That's links to the Facebook discussion group, the sales group, the YouTube channel, the Twitter page, and the podcast. I don't know why. It was extra drama.
Fair enough. I liked it. I want to see more of it.
Brad, you know how many people are in the group and the club. Can you tell us more, please?
Yes, thank you, Jason. This week we're sitting on 129 paid members. And our social member count in the Facebook group has jumped to 1,916. We passed that 1,900 mark last Sunday.
Wow.
So that was good.
That's good.
That's 20 people this week. That means we're going to hit 2,000 in a few months, in a couple of months.
A couple of days. A couple of weeks.
I can actually tell you exactly the last time I was on this podcast that we had just breached 1,200 members.
Oh.
So in the time I've been gone.
Wait. You said you can tell us the exact time you're on the podcast.
Yeah, the exact time. It was.
I think you meant the actual exact member count.
It was no. It was April. I think it was the April 24th. I think.
More fool us.
And I was in the late 20s. So yeah, it was April because I just started university again and was incredibly busy.
Welcome to...
So it would have been the early 60s. Early episode 60 somewhere.
Yeah.
So...
Uni sounds like hell.
Just you wait.
God, I've already been told about my friends. Don't worry about that. Oh, staying away.
It is a bit of a throwback. We're going to do a throwback to the big news stories of a year ago. Today.
Padded out.
Yeah, that got padded out by me not knowing what I'm throwing to and why. So, podcast has been around for a year. Occasionally, we like to take a bit of a look back at the stories that happened a year ago. Brad, if you could do the thing.
Yes. A year ago this week, we got some prototype images for Masterpiece Ironhide.
Do the thing that it means like sharing my screen.
I didn't realise you were going to link to it.
The thing. Wait.
Present to everyone.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is. Do the thing.
What's that
you can
stupid
keep doing
face?
the other thing if you like.
Okay.
So there's your face.
Masterpiece Ironhide prototype images with the dreaded face in the window that we all know so well from G1.
That nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did it even come with that?
Isn't it? I think so.
I don't think so.
But it's like very hard to see, and I don't know why they went to the effort.
I guess it's just a bit of cardboard or something you slip in there, isn't it?
No, I think it's actually molded. Because
wow.
that looks molded.
No,
that doesn't look like
plastic.
cardboard.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah.
It's in the box somewhere. I never even pulled it out. I don't even remember seeing it in the box.
Oh, it's a throwback, to when Ironhide had a face in vehicle mode, but not in robot mode, because science, I guess.
I'm going to move on. There were a couple of other third-party pictures that came out as well. This was one of the more disappointing third-party toys, and an otherwise good run from the last year. This was Unique Toys' version of Sandstorm Sorter. He's anorexic. Is the best that I can do that.
Yeah, and he hasn't got the best alt modes either.
No.
Has he come out? Did anyone get him?
No,
No,
he hasn't come out yet.
This guy, however, was freaking awesome. It's kind of weird that these two toys could come from the same company, but this is Unique Toys provider. The is he masterpiece size? I'm not sure.
He's a little bit small. He's a little bit small, but he sort of fits in as long as you don't have anything big beside him. Yeah,
Look too hard.
Small, but damn it, he's got wings.
He does.
So we are talking about Unique Toys provider. Their masterpiece-ish style Octane. Very, very nice figure. And I think, Brad, you've got one of these on sale at the moment as well.
I sold it. I got it and I had to sell
there
it
you go.
again. I didn't even get a chance
Oh,
to
there we
take
go.
out the box.
Ooh.
But
He does have a rather nice alt mode. I think that Mikey oohing at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I like the. Yeah, it's nice.
yeah, both
Yeah.
modes are great.
Big grill
And
and
he's sort
the
of-
plane. Oh, looks
Mm.
good.
I hate it.
Whoa.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why? Why
John,
do
why do you hate
this?
good things?
Oh, so many things. Like just back at the truck, for example. Like when you go back to the truck, those big, like the front wheels. Like look at those two big bits of plastic there, and like right next to it. Like that just
That's
looks
his jam.
horrible.
Dude,
No,
again,
Right
you
behind
get
the wheel.
triple
It's like-
changer. Triple
Mm.
changer. You're not
Yeah,
going to get
yeah.
everything perfect.
Ironhide's got the same.
I've got Astro Train and I've got Blitzwing, and they're pretty good triple changes.
Oh, yeah, there's a different company.
Like
there.
Because
the main
Astro-
reason is the scale, and like I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That picture looks alright, like of it, but
Mm.
when you see it from like another view, it's clearly just the aeroplane fuselage, like you know. and
The
it
tank,
just-
the actual tank looks a bit small for the front of the truck, kind of.
Actually, that is quite true. Yes, it does.
yeah, like
It's a small
But-
fuel truck.
it's not the bad like worse. I shouldn't have said I hate it, but you know I definitely don't like it. Like I wouldn't buy it, but
Mm.
you know people that
Depending-
like Octane, it is a good. You know, it's the only Octane really that's masterpiece sort
Yeah,
of.
depending what you think about their newly announced Springer, I think they're on a steady decline down. I reckon this was their peak, and they've been going down since. But
It just
uh,
needed to
With
be
the
a
big
bit.
shoulders.
It's actually interesting. So when you're talking about Springer, you're talking about Alan, and every reviewer that's got him has absolutely loved it to pieces.
Okay. All right.
I've watched the review, or at least Ben Toys Collectibles, and like, he's a bit chubby is the thing, or a bit blocky, but it does everything pretty well. I don't.
Is he
Yeah,
the
I
first
can't-
one out?
He's the first. I think he's the first Springer with.
The first one.
Other than
Like,
the
Released.
Vans
Released.
Project.
Is Alan the first Springer that's came out
Oh,
on the
yeah.
market? Yeah, no,
No,
I
no,
see
no.
it.
The first
Oh, what
first
is
one
this?
was that Vans Project one, wasn't it? Robot
Okay.
Don't
Defender.
think it's out.
Oh, no, that's a few years ago, though.
That's ages ago, but this isn't in the masterpiece wars like we're having at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just think maybe that, you know, like just like this, people think it's good because they haven't had one, like, you know, before, like, so the first thing they see. But, like, you know, that's not, I'm not speaking for everyone, I'm just saying maybe that's why. Maybe they really do just love it.
Alan.
Alan.
Ah, nice name.
Nice name. I'll
Where
take
did
it.
you get?
Oh,
Where'd
they
you get
done.
it? Cereal box.
Oh, yeah, no, that one
There we
does
go.
look pretty good. That
See,
one
he
actually
looks
does.
intimidating. He looks,
He's
and he's huge.
too.
Yeah, he's big. He ain't small.
And see, that's what's good. That's what's good about it. But that's what I think fails with that Octane. It's just, he's just too small.
Look at that
Can I
sandstone.
just say that every time I see this shot, I kind of want to buy that blur more and more.
That's
Yeah,
buzzing,
but
isn't
that
it?
looks so-
Yeah.
yeah, Unique
That's
Toys buzzing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Look at
And
that.
whenever
I
I see
don't
that
know.
sandstorm, I'm so glad I haven't bought it or invested any time into it.
So Alan, like looking at this guy.
Alan,
Alan, Steve,
I
Steve.
think I agree with what you were saying, Mike. I think he is a bit chubby.
Yeah.
I think his alt modes are both pretty much on point for sort of the futuristic style chopper and stuff like that. But I also like there's something that doesn't sit right with me about his robot mode.
Maybe
But I
his
really can't put my finger on what. I think his head's a pretty good head sculpt for Springer.
It looks a bit pouty, you know.
Fisher Price.
Have you
He kind of looks like Cyclonus to me.
Yeah, that's a good one, Brad. Like when you say that, it does, eh?
Fisher
Just that real smooth, like lack of detail. Like there's detail there, but it's sort of gone past what Masterpiece are doing and going really cardiac accurate. Where there's just
I kind of want to hug him. He just looks like a guy who'd give a good hug.
we commented when we first seen photos of it. He's got very Dinobot legs, just the real big chunky great legs.
He's done leg day.
So, Mike,
I reckon he's too big.
Oh yeah,
it's a bit of a mess too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yum.
That's a bit of a mess in the feed there. I don't know.
What were you
like,
saying,
it's-
Daniel?
I said it kind of looks like Cyclonus's body in a weird way.
So which
way-
one?
The latest
G1?
the Titans Return? I think it's Cyclonus in Titans Return?
No, that was
Scourge, isn't it?
Combinables.
Scourge, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can. Yeah. He's he's puffy like that guy. Hmm.
And I'm hoping it's obviously early test shots while we're seeing different shades of green. Like green crotch, then a darker than most.
I think that works. I think that works.
Ben did say that he received it, and I think all the reviewers received it. But he said what he did state clearly at the start of his review was this is a prototype, and we want to gather all of the feedback that we can, and we want to know what. Yeah. So I mean, if you go and comment on his video saying, maybe he's a bit too fat, maybe go on Weight Watchers, and then change the color scheme a bit or something.
All of these helpful things.
Yeah, exactly.
all the stuff fans don't need to contribute.
Yeah. But yeah,
There's some big ratchet shoulders.
it's cool.
So we've gone from talking about provider to talking about Alan. I think it's time to talk about.
Whoa. Okay.
Apparently, I forgot to open up the rest of the. Apparently, I forgot to open up the rest of the links in the run sheet. No, there I didn't.
Oh, there I didn't. What?
There I didn't. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I know. Yeah, everything's kind of messed up. There we go.
Everything
All right.
mixed up.
Let's talk about how much people didn't like combinables.
Oh, come on. I like it.
You don't count.
The toy line's great. Just like me. Not
If anybody's opinion doesn't count, it's mine because I haven't seen it yet. So
you are blessed with that. That is a advantage. Do not see this. You do not need to see this. It's not great. It's kind of the opposite of great. It's ungreat.
That's all right. That's all right. You're waiting for it to all be released in one go, then watch it, aren't you?
Can't
Try to sell it as a DVD. Ugh.
Can't even find the video.
Oh, it was
Machinima. Oh, look, a Jigglypuff.
Actually, this
There it
is
is.
interesting. It's not.
The War of Giants.
It was there before. I don't know what you did.
Wasn't the latest one called Darkest Hour or some crap?
It is.
And no one died.
You know what? It
One
doesn't
and two.
matter.
No,
They probably
it
have-
doesn't.
It doesn't matter because we're not going to play the video anyway because we get in trouble if we do. Brad, what do you think?
I'm liking Megatron.
Yeah, I kind of like Megatron as well. He's poorly animated and poorly voiced, but still kind of fun.
As it was pointed out to me during the week, yes, the Combinables disappeared at the end of the last season, getting absorbed by Starscream. But they've just taken the combiner. Last episode, they've just taken the combiners out of action again when it's supposed to be Combiner Wars and all about the combiners.
Wars.
Victorion turned up to say, "Stop Starscream," and then got absorbed.
So basically, Starscream has turned into the Absorbaloff, and seems to be turning combiners into limbs and making a giant, oversized KO of himself.
Yeah, well.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought they'll be coming his limbs, but then there was one shot there where it's just a big Starscream.
Yeah.
Well,
That was one of the points that I was trying to make in the group earlier this week when I don't know, someone kept saying that, we're watching a different episode. I'm like, no, there was very clearly a giant Starscream where other combiners, you sort of have this gestalt thing where you can see everyone's alt modes and stuff. At least they just sort of went, screw it, just use the Starscream model, scale it up and put a bit of a weird texture on it.
Did you actually look, if you look deeply into it, it's literally Starscream's body in the middle.
That's what it was at the end of the last episode. I remember
the
I was
start
saying
of the
that.
episode, and then when it ended, they're all over the place. But you had Devastator and Victorion as legs, Computron and Menasor as arms.
No, I'm aware of this. I didn't watch the episode.
And they're just glowing, but the bits of the other
commented
combiners
in
are
the
sticking
group.
out.
As I commented in the group, I did see this. It's 5 minutes. It wasn't that difficult to process. But there are very clear shots in this episode where it's just a giant Starscream with weird texturing.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not gonna watch this. I feel like I might rage.
Yeah.
You will if you do. So just don't. And the voice, voice acting. Victorians
John.
and Star Sabers.
Yeah, well, I think he's not technically a combiner, like he's not making himself a combiner. He's making himself the powerfulest being in the universe, like Megatron said.
Very, very clearly, he's not at all using the enigma of combination to do anything that's about combination.
At all.
Simply,
But combination doesn't mean that he can't then fuse them into himself. That's still combining. Where's the rules? There's not, a chapter that says combining must keep their separate alt nodes and make limbs. Like,
have you heard Brad rage about someone chopping an arm off and not dying?
Yeah.
Rodimus.
That'd be awesome.
By the end of it, he's not really a robot altogether. He's just a pulsating, blob of energy with a Starscream head, and bits of Devastator and stuff are just floating in the background.
Hey guys,
I see Scrapper's just chilling behind the head and stuff when he starts blasting Windblade. But it's pretty.
And that's
That's an interesting point because it's designed. Who's the end of game bad guy in Star Fox? He just turned into that dude.
I have seen that. Someone actually made a video of that, and that was funny.
Are you talking about the old school Nintendo 64 Star Fox game?
Yeah, like he's just turned into that guy at the end of the episode.
And it was good to see Windblade.
I tell you what, Optimus and Megatron need to hit him 3 times, and then he'll die.
Video game logic.
Can we get a couple of giant mushrooms floating across the screen?
I think that's what the writers were on.
I want to know what's going to happen though, because even Megatron's it's over, and it's just Megatron and Prime now. They're it's gonna,
How many times in this episode did Megatron actually try to walk away and then came back? He's like, "Come on, we need to go."
Because he knows.
So, are we going to see? Are we going to see Superion save the day, or Defensor?
I hope not.
Or both?
They combine together until
it's going to happen. It's going to happen in one episode, but
in an ideal world, Starscream's just going to drift off as the most powerful being in the universe.
Optimus Maximus. I can bet that's what's going to happen.
Maybe Megatron and Optimus are going to combine.
Well, that's the subject of much fan fiction, but Optimus has to combine with someone.
Rodimus is blown off. Rodimus is blown off in the distance with that other chick. God.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's what's her face from Caminus? She's just disappeared as well.
Mistress of Sunlight or something.
Rodimus got blown off in the same direction. They couldn't even stand the impact of blast.
Mistress of Flame. It's some weird shit that we have never ever heard her name. Why?
It's mentioned once. Yeah.
Never. It's you have a character. She's there for most of the thing, and then she's not.
What I thought was better was Windblade got hit and then falling, and Optimus or Megatron don't even try to catch her. They just sit there watching.
He's just watching her fall right in front of him.
Falls and then they just walk over to her. He's like, oh,
is she dead?
Optimus
I didn't even try to save you.
Yeah. Oh, that was pretty epic. Is she alive?
I get that Megatron would try, but Prime, you'd think he'd try to catch her even if she was dead. He's just oh well,
grab the sword, the sword off her.
I kind of want to watch it now just to see how bad it is.
Oh well, do it at your own risk, really.
Daniel, you need to be drunk first.
Very.
I gave up alcohol. I can't get drunk.
Well, you're going to have to start again to watch this.
I think you can start episode 6.
If you don't drink before you watch this, you will certainly drink after it.
It will make you want to, yes.
So on this, right? So this has been the subject of quite a bit of passionate discussion in the group. I think it was Sean Buchanan was trying to make a case, quite eloquently. I think that if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch it. But
exactly, yeah.
He's right. And I went for several weeks without watching it until I just sort of felt I kind of had a duty to watch it and discuss it on the podcast. But
what's adult about this series?
Well, this is going to be my point. Is that like they've said that the series is pitched at us, and so like I don't really see how. Like I see a complete misjudgment of where they should have pitched this series if it is in fact intended to be for an adult audience. But I also thought it was really interesting. I thought maybe this is just excuse me, maybe this is just us being a little bit isolated, a little bit in our bubble, because in TCCA we do tend to be in a bit of a bubble where a lot of us have a fair amount of money to spend on things, and so we tend to buy some very expensive toys, and we like the expensive third-party figures, and we poo-poo the masterpieces. And I thought maybe we're in a bit of a bubble, so I went out and I asked Maz from Square One. I asked from Transformers One. I asked a few other guys from TFW who do a lot of the Transformers photography on Twitter. I asked a bunch of Transformers people on Twitter what they thought about Combiner Wars, and I put a poll and I said, look, is it a thumb up or a thumb down from you? I got 2 responses over the course of 24 hours, and I got a lot of responses from all of these, I'm going to say people who matter, because we get these people's posts and we share them in our group and we look up to these people.
Exactly.
And
they got their finger on the pulse over there.
And all of them were just like, I haven't watched it. I haven't seen
Perfect.
it.
Well,
And
that's the way
I
it should
haven't
stay.
seen it, haven't watched it. And one person was just like, don't watch it. And they're like, okay.
Fair enough.
Wow, that says a lot though. Like, if they haven't got their finger on the pulse, like watching it, then obviously it's not that great.
No. Well, it's funny to watch and see how bad it is. It would be funny because it's pretty bad. Yeah.
But like the whole thing was designed to be screened on the Go 90 app or whatever, is to watch on your phone. I was watching it on the iPad and it's a bigger screen. I still couldn't see the combiners in that Starscream bubble. And combine. I seen it at the end of season. I seen it at the end of season at episode 6. Yeah, I seen it at the end of episode 6 because I was watching on the computer before last week's show. But
exclusively on Go 90, but released before on YouTube.
No, Go 90 is the
And
US distribution arm of it. It's not on YouTube in the States. It's on YouTube everywhere else in the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Oh.
Go 90's got exclusivity on it over there.
Oh.
So, Brad, you said you haven't seen the end of episode 6.
Yes, I forgot they got absorbed by Starscream. Yeah, I know.
Reading
Most of the time, I'm
watching.
watching these while I'm refueling the truck at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'll watch it then try and remember it.
Spend a little bit longer refueling the truck this morning. Well, don't. It's fine. All right,
Don't,
I can't not read.
Don't refuel the truck. See how far that gets you.
Yeah, don't refuel the truck. Combiner Wars.
Then the politicians will get angry because they'll get no beer for the day.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
And
I think we might move on.
Yeah. Just another thing back with that masterpiece Ironhide. Adam Templeton put a picture up in the group. Yeah, that we'll talk about before. It does have that.
Oh,
We did.
In the it does have the face in the windscreen.
Let's rewind.
It does have the face in the windscreen. It's there. It's
Yeah,
permanently
but
in there.
I told you that. What, do you not believe me? Am I still a nobody because I like Mitron?
I don't ever remember seeing it there.
Yeah,
All right, let's get some real news. Oh, okay, maybe not.
Yeah, this is some real news.
I think this is pretty real news. Every time a new masterpiece comes out, people get it in hand and take photographs of it, and sometimes they don't know how to transform it properly.
Or it's a callback to the toy, maybe.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Oh wow! Does he have an angry face?
He's got
Yes, he's
something
quite
going
pissed
there.
off. My
Yeah.
wings are weird. Why are they down there?
He's got
Well,
he's
upside
just got a come at me bro face.
Yeah, open mouth there.
No,
Is he the angry one? I thought Ramjet was the angry one.
I want to know what's with the
I'm
giant purple
surprised.
kneecaps.
Yeah, that's not
Style.
a figure.
What about G1? Let's have a look. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yes,
he has
giant- He does have giant kneecaps, and they are quite colourful. I don't think they're purple. They're more maroon. I think. But Decepticon.
All right, I'm gonna defer to the person who owns the most Seekers on the podcast. John, what do you think?
What isn't it going to be you?
Nope.
No, I mean, I want to get it, but
Masterpiece Seekers.
Oh, Masterpiece. Okay.
I don't really like it. I mean, it's growing on me the more I see it. Like, I definitely do like the face, but yeah, the kneecaps are my worst part about it.
They're quite big.
Just the I don't
think
mind
it's a
the
matter
kneecaps,
of-
the purple. It's just so out, like it just sticks out.
It does. It just catches you. You're like, why the hell is it purple? It's like they ran out of red paint and they were just like, slap on some purple, bruh. Nobody will care.
Make him more evil. Purple is the color of evil.
Like there, like that's a cool pose, but it just makes it like, yeah, it just looks a bit odd with those big knee plates.
You
Like,
can't help but look at it, yeah. And
Okay,
they,
that one's good.
yeah, those wings should be the same black as the rest of it. I
Mm.
don't like a lot of grey.
It is
but that's
an
him.
interesting amount of grey on it, isn't it?
I think they should have just kept the turn blades. Just the
Like-
blades in the middle of his wings should be grey and everything else should be black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Again?
think if you make everything black, you risk losing it all. But I also find the wing position weird.
Oh, hello.
mm.
But we've seen a picture of him with them up, though, haven't we?
I thought we had.
But they're, no,
I think
that's
we
the Toy World ones are all up on their shoulders.
No.
Yeah, like-
The
I've got the
at that
idea.
showcase when they revealed them.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen
Yeah,
the wings on this higher, because I was.
Yeah,
trying
I
to-
reckon they should be down on his calves, as far as I remember from the cartoon.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's what most of the Seekers had. Even
Yeah.
Starscream and stuff had their wings down there, but not in the cartoon. Actually, maybe in the cartoon for.
Yeah, no,
Right.
the cartoon coneheads all had their wings on their legs, on the bottom of the legs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah.
So
I
think this is just a matter of-
against Ramjet.
Yeah.
Ramjet
I think-
looks
I
a
think
lot
it's-
better.
I feel like Ramjet's wings fared a lot better because the Conehead's wings are a bit weird for
I can
Masterpiece designs.
It still does not transform, and I hate it for that. I can't get rid of it because everyone's on to me about the shoulder thing. It's a cool toy, but like
Just fix the shoulders.
Haven't you
I
sold?
don't
Haven't you
know
sold
how
yours yet?
to. No, I don't know
There's
how to
plenty,
fix them.
there's plenty of videos out there and guides
Um,
on how to fix the shoulders.
How much do
Oh,
you
but
want
yeah.
for it, Mikey?
Oh, we're not getting into a bidding war here, John.
All of it, all that you've got, John.
Uh,
Nah, I'll take your friendship, John. That'll do.
all right.
Just-
send
Do you think
behind.
it's a matter? Do you think it's a matter of people just wanting to get it so they've got the cone heads and don't have to worry about the
I-
third-party
I-
ones?
Yeah.
I kind of do. I kind of do. Like I just sort of I've looked at both this and Dirge. I'm just like, yeah, things might be a little bit weird on them, but I don't care. I just want the set now.
Yeah, I
It's
still
been
want them
that
because they're.
long.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
find a picture. Hold on.
But I'm probably like
Do you see
thrust,
his
like,
shoulders?
yeah, like those wings, those thrusts. Like I said, like I was thinking of just keeping him in alt mode, like with the plane, because I've got the eye gear seekers, and I do like the wings up high. But the more I look at it, and when I look at then G1 pictures, like thrust wings are meant to be down like that, but because of the wings being down in that one picture, like his head looks really big.
I think.
Like, but
Yeah.
No.
I feel like
okay,
he just
no, hold
feels
on.
like he's sort of back heavy.
I am wrong. They do not go up. And no, actually, there's a
Yeah,
G1
that's-
thing here. Yeah, look. That's a G1 photo of him, and that's where they are.
Go
And
left a bit.
I was
Yeah,
wrong
go.
because. Sorry, what? Did I what?
we couldn't see.
Oh,
you.
couldn't see it. Is that a thing? That's it.
Oh,
Yeah, see.
okay.
So that's
And,
where
yeah.
they are, and that looks alright.
But,
No,
yeah.
I've got to. I'm just gonna. Oh, no, this is the thing I was talking. There was a showcase, and no, they do not go. They do not go up to the shoulders. They just stay where they are. So that's interesting.
Just the vents too. Like I don't like that. I mean, I'm just trying to look at the other seekers. Like the air, like the his pecs. The vents bits there. They're just so black and dark. That could just be the photo.
Why
You
can't you
like
make
the one
those
that he's
fans
next to.
silver?
But
Yeah. Why can't you just
Yeah,
make
like-
those fans silver?
because every
What's
other
the plan?
seeker I look at, it's pretty much they're silver or something. They're not just like dark and black, you know, and they're all different colours around the outside too, like red or silver or yellow.
From
like,
that one
or green.
episode where Thrust became an Autobot, no. But yeah, that's pretty much what he is. That's where he has them, and I think the only version of Thrust that's actually had the wings up here is the classics.
But yeah,
It's
definitely.
all the same mold. They never remolded them.
Anyway,
Alright.
it's
So,
true to the thing.
When is Thrust due for release?
He's going to be this year, or end of this year.
He is this year. No, that's right. I think he's November, actually. So is Thrust or Dirge the Takaratomi Mall exclusive?
Ugh.
No, Thrust is a general release, and Dirge was the mall exclusive one.
Yeah.
Why?
Throw all your money just so you can get the third one of the set.
No. It's the same price as the others.
Wasn't Ramjet exclusive?
No.
I thought they were all exclusives.
Bloody hell! I'm
No.
gonna have a fight.
Thundercracker was.
Either way,
Ramjet and Thrust
like,
just came out
if
as
we
general
want to
releases.
talk exclusives, though, like, the next piece of information will be interesting. I like the fact that
Segway?
yes, segue.
Oh yeah, right.
Transformers Asia. Transformers Asia, Hasbro Asia adds all of these little additional things on to some of their masterpiece releases. For a long time, they've been coins. Increasingly lately, they're additional pieces of some kind, which is actually really annoying when it comes to packaging the figure up. A coin is just easy to stick next to the box, whereas this is less. This is less convenient. But, so basically, what we're looking at is this little plastic box.
No,
which
it's
is like a little
die-cut.
box. The box is plastic.
My bad. My
And,
bad.
and it's got
Goddamn
and it's got this little paper sleeve around it that just looks like it folds around and then sort of folds in on itself. Inside there's a plastic insert and the little die-cast drill gun, which is a nice little Generation 1 reference for Ironhide. But yeah. So
It's buying him again.
no, it's really not, is it?
No.
If you haven't got it already, then yes, it's
Oh,
an
yeah.
incentive to
Why not?
get it. But I don't know who's. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know
wouldn't buy
anyone
it.
who didn't buy Ironhide who wants one.
Yeah.
So this is actually the incentive for the re-release of the figure. So Hasbro Asia is doing a second release of the figure, and this is the gun that comes with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do want it.
But do you
They're
imagine?
gonna have people
you
buy
imagine-
this and then put this on eBay for $10,000. John buys it.
Oh, well, why haven't they done that with the mini the mini Shockwave? That thing would sell
I think.
gangbusters.
Oh, that would
No
make
one
sense.
wants
Yeah.
to sell this.
I think you find
Yeah.
some of those are going on eBay at the moment.
Really, the
It's-
little tiny Shockwave?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, some people don't want the accessories. They just want
But
the.
it's so
they just want the
beautiful.
figures.
It's perfect.
I haven't even got one.
This is.
Oh.
I'll get one here if you want it.
All
Wait,
right.
whoa,
So-
there you go. We'll talk after the show.
$200. You get a masterpiece Shockwave with it. But it's sort of, it's just like if the Master MP10 never come with his battle axe, his Energon axe, and all of a sudden they reissued MP10 with an exclusive Energon axe. Like it's just something from that one episode.
But you get a briefcase, man. That's going to be like Transformers.
Yeah, so-
Give it a
so-
brainstorm.
so
Think about
Is
it.
the-
Think about the photo opportunities.
Is the
Brainstorm.
little platinum Shockwave thing, is he packaged up similarly to this?
No, he's just in the bubble in the box with it, with all the
Platinum
accessories. He's not.
Shockwave.
Whatever it was. The little
Must-
Shockwave thing.
Oh yeah, right. It was called a Vulcan.
Yeah, mini Shockwave.
Vulcan cannon or something.
There he is.
Ah, look at the little baby. It's actually
so
really cool.
tiny.
It's in all their hands. It's so cool. You need one. Buy everyone's.
I wish it was
Hang
worth
on, hang on,
$200,
hang
but it's not.
So, John, show us that again. Wait, are you just talking about the one that actually comes in the box with Masterpiece Shockwave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about I thought you were talking about the pack-in with it. No, because Hasbro's bonus for that was a coin, wasn't it? It's someone else that they've done this with. It's Soundwave that they're doing
tiny little one.
the die-cast figure with. And
Mm.
I think there's also is there another reissue of Prime? Yeah, no, it's the Shattered Glass Prime is coming with something, isn't it?
Yeah, the
I
little
can't keep
statue,
up.
or is that something else?
Yeah, we'll see when
I
it's
can't keep up.
officially announced. It hasn't been announced yet. It's only
There's
rumor.
actually there's a want for Soundwave though, because a lot of people missed out on Soundwave or just didn't get
Totally.
it for some reason. But Ironhide, it's way too soon. Like Soundwave was released quite
I
a
agree.
while
It's
back.
kind of weird that there's such a thing with Ironhide. I don't understand what it is.
He's a great character and a okay toy, but yeah, way too soon and like odd. Really.
All right. There's one last piece of news that we're going to talk about, and it's the Iron Factory. Tiny legend scale versions of Drift and
Deadlock.
what's his thing? Yeah, Deadlock.
Deadlock, yeah.
Drift and Deadlock,
actually-
also known as Drift and Not Drift. So these guys are called Norimune and Muramasa in Iron Factory's lore, and not gonna lie, they look pretty good.
Yeah, I want them. Like, I want multiple sets of them.
Oh,
Because,
Multiple sets of them.
they look Gundam.
Troop build.
yeah,
They do. Drifters always looked a bit Gundam, a little bit more
yeah.
Gundam than Transformers. I think it's the swords.
Yeah, well, where?
There's
And,
You say
um,
what
in the
size
chat
these were?
These are the Iron Factory. They're the tiny little legends.
Oh, yeah.
Tiny.
Yep.
Is it me or does Drift come with 3 swords?
Drift
Like,
comes
you
with 3.
He's always got a sword in his hand because he can't stow it anywhere else.
Do they become a helicopter raider?
yeah.
I don't think he turns into a helicopter, does he?
No, it turns into
Oh,
a car-like thing.
Do these
I think-
transform? Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, cars, little cars. Because Deadlock is the before Drift, before he came all like.
Deadlock is the Decepticon who became Drift.
Yeah, that one. Because they look. Do they have the exact same heads? No, a little bit different.
No, they're
Deadlock
a
is
little
the-
bit different. Yeah.
It's a bit different.
Deadlock
they-
is the best episode of Prime. Boom.
well, I mean, any episode of Prime except for Beast Hunters is good. Well, the movie, not the Beast Hunter series.
Anyway, back on topic.
If these were bigger, like that'd be so cool. But like, there's actually a big market for these things now, which is
There
Buy
is.
one.
Everyone's doing these guys at little scales now, which
Yep.
I kind of like because I don't have a lot of space left in my room.
well, exactly.
See, I like them too because I can fit them between my my perfect grade Gundams and stuff like that.
And isn't it the thing in like the Asian countries, like they don't have lots of space, so they usually collect the smaller toys, isn't it?
Careful, Mike.
Have
Careful.
you seen some of the Transformers collections that go around in Hong Kong and Singapore?
No, but like-
Japan's big on Gashapon, which is small figures. Like
Yeah, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but like, or
They don't all live in pod
insinuate
hotels.
anything.
Like,
No,
don't need to
okay, I'm
dig
not
any
going to say
deeper,
anymore.
Mike.
then.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'll just be quiet.
So I like that. I like that when Drift's sword is hilted, that he can still actually put his hand on it as well. That's cool.
Yeah.
So the legs are.
I say hilted. I think it's actually just stuck to his hip, but yeah.
Yeah, it's pegged on.
They're just remolds of each other. So yeah, no, they're really cool though. I like. Is that if that's chrome, that is also a very nice touch as well.
They're pretty
Yeah,
decent
yeah.
retool though.
Yeah,
Little
definitely.
die-cast.
Yeah. Then I don't think they're
die-cast.
die-cast. I think they're just.
Oh,
painted
that'd be
plastic.
nice though.
Letter openers. Stabby. Stabby.
Drift hand over the letter.
Okay. The things that get your importation of Transformers seized.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
So
How
yeah,
yeah, get
these
micro and all
guys
that?
are pretty nice. I'm a bit of a fan of Drift in the comics. I've got Drift and I've got Deadlock already in the I've got the Takara Deadlock. So I think I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna be getting this.
Have you
I'm
read the
pretty
actual
sure,
Drift comic?
Yeah.
It's
Do you mean
alright.
Empire of Stone?
No, the one before it.
Yeah, I've read that too.
Yeah, it's all right. Daniel.
It is all right. Like I much prefer Drift sort of as the wisecracking second in charge of the Lost Light and more than meets the
Yeah.
eye. But
It's different.
yeah. All right. What else?
Yeah, I'll probably
Anyone
pick these
else?
up.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, anyone that's seen the photo album I put up from the Pleasant Surprise event a couple of weeks ago, Eugene's got the third-party Computron, and
These go well with it.
yeah, and just those big combiners with these guys battling around underneath their feet. It was just awesome. Perfect scale. So
And Utopia would look good with these, I think.
yeah, yep.
Or even Metroplex, the big one.
Yep.
Because that's, I think, what they're aiming for, like the city bots to, have these little run around on. Yeah.
We just need a third-party Unicron now. They can all battle on top of.
Oh, don't say that. Don't encourage them, Brad.
Takes up a whole house.
4 feet tall. Let's do it.
Why not?
And before, John buys, every single one of them.
Exactly. Oh, gosh.
Oh, you might get a loan to do it.
Yeah.
Astonishingly, that is it for the news this week. Which means it's time to talk about new stuff in our collections. Now, Daniel, you haven't been on for a while, so let's talk about your collection. Where are you at these days?
I haven't bought anything. Nothing. I think the last thing I picked up was maybe Skylinks, and that was it.
Yeah, fair
How
enough.
is he?
Did yours come apart?
No. Well, I don't really know because it's still in the box.
Oh, well, there you go. And it's probably best staying that way.
Perfect answer.
It's the only figure I own that's still in the box.
It's the least disappointing way to present Skylinks.
Yeah, that's Collins anyway.
Okay, Brad, what do you got? What's been happening?
What is behind you?
You have a bunch of Titan returns.
Yes. I'm not going to even try and pronounce who's who. But I got the little tank jet flying guy.
Little blue tank giant guy.
Yeah, the little blue tank flying guy. and the little red car flying guy. I like that's loudmouth. I just love, I reckon, little neutrinos from Turtles, just a little flying Cadillac. Love them. And then Dave Stevens sent me the safety cone. So,
lovely.
Right, yeah. So it's not too bad. I don't mind it actually. The shuttle mode, I'd love to just do an arc redeco on it, just paint up like the arc. I don't know why he's got. I don't know if I can do it.
Isn't his train mode him just doing the splits?
Yeah, pretty much. But he's got spring-loaded things beside his head. I don't know.
For
Young
Astro
fella-
Train.
Is it?
Yeah, it's for Astro Train to be the little wheels things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the young fella
little-
keeps on saying it's his speakers so he can talk through them. So apparently he's got some sound wave. Those feet are massive.
Yeah.
They're really big feet.
Big feet, big person, Titan Master. There you go. I'll say that.
Big butt size. So I wasn't going to buy any of these, and I'm stuck. I'm into Titan's Return.
Oh, get me.
So I'm off to my tomorrow to try and get a blaster and some deluxes.
Soundwave for $90. I saw today. That was lovely.
Why don't you just go and buy them online?
Yeah.
But even like the little heads, they're real fun to play with. All the arms and shoulders are on.
Go on.
Terrible.
The arms are on ball joints, so they actually have some sideways movement and a little bit of posability, not like the original ones. And that is just there's some nice paint on the little go modes. I
like that tank. It's a cool tank.
Yeah, and like they're $9 each. If you can get them for $5 or $6 on clearance, maybe if they hang around for that long.
I'll tell you the weirdest thing that I saw this week. Toymate is commonly the cheapest place in town for Transformers. Like, they're the ones who sell like the $20 Fall of Cybertron sound waves and stuff like that. So, like,
yes.
if you see someone selling Fall of Cybertron Soundwave for more than $20, they've probably just flipped it from Toymate.
Yeah.
So I went into Toymate this week, and all of the new deluxes are $32 at Toymate.
Yeah. Okay.
It's almost like
that's the place that I went to today.
So Toymate, the deluxes are $32. The weirdest thing, and I'm sure this is wrong because like it's wrong. The Titan Masters had a $36 price tag on them.
What, the little guys?
The little guys.
Oh, well,
Wow.
that's horrendous.
If I wasn't in a rush to finish my lunch hour and go back to work, I was probably going to go to the checkout and tell them that they had their pricing wrong.
Oh,
they're sold individually. It's not a free pack.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, you get one. You get little head, and it's vehicle. There's $30. Wow.
That's where I saw the $90 Soundwave. So, yeah, I'm not going back there.
Also, $90 is the RRP for Soundwave. So, like,
that's
unusual. It'll be deeply discounted in a couple of months.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about the what?
Even like the you're not going to be able to see it because of the glare. Like little Autobot symbol on the side, like it's such a.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's a great little symbol. There's no blurring or discoloration, like deformity to it or whatever. But
deformity.
Well,
it's not deformed.
Yeah, well, it hasn't bloody whatever you call it, smeared. Yeah.
All right.
That one's a sticker. That's a sticker on the front of that one. Yeah, anyway. All right,
thank
John.
You.
No,
I've
paid for things, but I'm waiting for them to come out, like the Yellow Devastator and the MAS.
The Yellow Devastator that we talk about.
I paid for that. Yeah, but I also paid for the MAS 1 figure, the massive, big, articulated Optimus.
Oh, you brought a statue. John brought a statue.
No, I bought an articulated figure, Brad.
Yeah, it's a very big difference.
It's a non-transforming statue.
The difference is mine can move in transport. It won't break like those dinosaurs.
Oh dear.
You started
it. This is true. He did.
Come back, Brad.
Mike.
I feel like we need to grab some like salt for the wound, like.
No,
really
I think you need to apply cold water to the burned area.
I'll just put out the safety cone so we can be safe. Make sure we don't run into each other.
Did you get the translucent safety cone? That'd be even better.
No, I'm not getting them all 3 times.
Wouldn't get it once.
Mikey, what have you got?
Yes. Okay. To start off, I am wearing my TCCA shirt. So, hello. You can't see it, but there's that thing. That also, because I got the gold, I got stubby thingy. Even though I don't drink beer, but I find it useful.
Just a hint. Other cans fit in it as well, although not the short ones as we found out.
Not the short ones we figured out today.
Well, you can peel it. You can roll it over.
Oh. Like and I'm not going to go there.
No,
so,
don't.
Decepticon symbols. 2 Decepticon symbols. I'm probably going to slap them on my car. I now have...
no, we're not going to go there.
Yes, no. Why would I slap that on my car? That would be painful.
Prove a point.
The 4... I've got the 4 cars now. Well, it depends where you slap it, though. So, I mean, you know. Yeah, these are cool. I really like them. Little collector's cards. Bumper sticker. I'll probably slap that on there and then get bullied for it.
Do a lot of slapping, don't you?
Yeah. I'll get slapping from random people. And
last time I saw Mikey at PopCon, he nearly got slapped as well.
This thing, which is cool, twice, which is nice. You know, so I'll stick
I
this
was
one up
wondering
on
why
my
I ran out
wall.
of them.
Yeah, I'll
They
stick this one up on
stick
my
together.
wall.
Yeah,
And then
the common
I'll
ones went out double too.
put this one in the person who's slapping me face. Then Dinobots. Who have I got? KO Dinobots. I'll bring one down because, 5 is a lot of numbers. These things are really, really nice. This would be Grimlock. And yeah, he's super cool. The only bad thing I can say about these guys is the stickers are crap, but, what do you expect from KO Company? Other than that, I think he's exactly the size. He actually comes with everything. And this is for all 5 Dinobots in their KO boxes with every KO thing they KO come with.
The Dinobot Bombarder.
Yes. Bombarder.
No, he's Commander, but misspelled. He's Bombarder.
Bombastic.
Bomanda.
What? Bombarder.
Bomanda.
Bombamba.
Banana.
You can currently get all 5 Dinobots in box KO for $209 shipped to Australia.
Mikey, you've been able to do that for years.
Huh? What?
You've been able to do that for years.
Well, I'm just telling them new people, like John, who obviously doesn't have these beautiful KOs. Do you?
Oh wait, is that a KO?
Yeah.
They're not real. If you got
Oh,
200,
I said it was his Dinobot Bombarder.
I didn't know. I must have missed it like the 50 times you said it.
what I was about to say. Are you deaf or something, fool? Yeah, I can't recommend these KO Dinobots enough. They may be KO, but they are okay. Get it? Because, KO backwards is okay.
Thank you for explaining the joke.
Just pointing it out there in case you're not watching the podcast.
So
Well
then
done.
they-
Well done.
they wouldn't hear
Is that because people listen with their eyes?
Yes, exactly. I found out the other day that cats see their food. Not see their food, but they see their
Really?
flavors. Yes,
Mm.
cats see their food. Yes, I know. It's an astonishing.
Believe me, I know
I
cats
am-
see their food. As soon as there's
Scientific
food,
event.
my cat is there.
I'm getting the soundboard made for next week.
So yeah, okay. These are nice. Go get them. I don't know how long they'll be available. Probably forever because China. And up here we have Mr. Where is he? There he is. Is it him? Yeah.
He's escaped.
Sludge.
He's
escaped.
escaped.
He's escaped. And the worst thing is he has a knife. So this guy is really, really nice. And he pulls off that pose quite well. Doesn't pull it off quite perfectly because his hands don't quite make it to the middle. But Fans Toys Dinobots, my favorite Dinobots. So,
Very iconic. Very iconic.
and very
movie.
expensive.
Yeah.
And very expensive Dinobots. But I think it's worth it because they just...
Yeah.
Perfect.
So how many other Fans Toys Dinobots do you need still?
Well,
Swoop.
they're on the... Well, no, Swoop's... Oh, well, you see Swoop, yeah, that's him. I've actually got him in the, A pose, because that's funny. And I've also got Snarl, but they're both repro labeled, which is cool. And what I'm aiming to do with my collection is have the G1 in somewhere in the vicinity of the Masterpiece to show, old and new, because, why not? And... yeah, so Snarl, Swoop, and Sludge, which are Stomp, Saw, and Sever.
Mhm.
And they're amazing.
Sure, let's go.
And
Yeah.
let's go with that. But yeah, solid grand going into buying them, but they are more than worth it because they're just I don't see Hasbro doing better than they do.
Yeah. Agreed.
Didn't you get a Swoop lately, or did somebody? Oh no, that was James. James Osmond.
I don't know if anyone did.
Ah.
But yeah, yeah. So it's all Dinobots all the time for you this week.
Oh yeah, I mean, these KO Dinobots are quite KO good, and the KO quality of them is AOKOK.
I'm going to give you a KO.
Oh, there you go. Is it a Dinobot?
Be
'Cause I
careful,
don't need
Mikey.
them, 'cause I've got all of them.
Be careful, Mikey. That's the Vice President speaking.
I'll give you a KO from a Dinobot.
Come at me, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. There are several things that I did this week that
You're
leave me
ashamed
feeling.
of?
Yeah. Well, not ashamed. Just I feel a little bit silly about, but that's okay. So I can't remember if I talked about these guys last week. I got Titans Return Wheelie and Rewind.
Talk about
maybe it was Saturday, but yeah, they're pretty good. No, I'm pretty sure I did talk about them actually.
Yeah, you did.
I think you did. Yeah.
The camera on the side of his head.
They've been sitting in front of the computer all week. I actually sat down and went, I forgot I got these. So what did I get this week? I got this beautiful little red dude. The Ocular Max Liga.
Nice. What
he
Liga?
is Liga.
I don't have any. I need one of them.
I know. Same.
So I've got them all now. Actually no, I've got
catch them all.
I've got three of the four.
Fancy clear one, don't you?
I've got So actually no, I've got 3 of 5. So I didn't get the alternate brighter coloured blue one, and I definitely do not have the completely translucent one because I'm not made.
No, you got the half clear one.
I got the stealth one, yes.
Oh,
and
the
I got
half
the
clear
original
one's
blue
the
one and
best.
the red one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the stealth one's good, but there was actually a completely clear one made as well.
Limited or something?
Oh, very limited. It was only available
Like
at
5
auction.
of them or something, wasn't it?
Oh,
I think I was pretty unfair to this mold when it first came out. Like I was pretty indifferent to it, but I think it was because when I transformed him at first, his tires didn't really sit off the ground, so it was sort of like he had kicks and he could just sort of wheel himself around.
He had Heelys.
Didn't happen at all. Yes, that didn't happen at all with Liga. I'm definitely gonna get Stealth out this weekend and check him out as well. But I feel like this mold is probably like one of the closest things that I could think of to a masterpiece representation of the figure, but it's still way more detailed than I think you'll get with a real masterpiece of Mirage. But
especially the way they're going.
Oh, question. With the little flappy thing that goes... little flap thing there on his chest, just before the actual car thing, does that actually lock in anywhere, or does it just sit there?
Do you mean this part here?
Yeah, the black bit with the red on it. Just under his head.
Just under his neck.
Under his
This
neck,
part. So when you transform him, I'm going to do this live because
Ooh.
So when you transform him, right? I got to figure out I can do this to camera. So these tires going around here. So if you look at the instructions, this bit sort of moves around a lot in the instructions.
Yeah.
There's some steps where it's down like that, and others where it's up like that. Yeah. So basically, what you meant to do, I think, is put that down before you put the tires in.
Okay.
And then the tires do click in there, and so when you push that down, then it sort of just naturally comes into place there.
Yeah, right.
But if you don't put it down before you put the tires down, it's kind of a mess.
Okay, because when I transform him, it's just like I have to fiddle with it for a bit. But,
it might just be lucky that I ended up with that working like that. It is really good. I had a lot of trouble when I originally transformed Sphinx, and maybe it's just that I've spent more time with the figure now. This was much easier. Maybe they've changed some of the joint tolerances. I think when I originally did Sphinx, I felt like I was a bit unsure that some of the pieces were actually meant to go where they are meant to go, because brand new figure, brand new mold, everything is pretty stiff. And maybe it's not the greatest thing for Ocular Max, but this is nowhere near as stiff as Sphinx's joints were. Other stuff I've got.
Those tires are rubber too, aren't they?
Yes,
they are.
Rubber tires.
Oh, it's a nice little figure.
Other stuff I got this week, I got a Perfect Effect upgrade kit for my. So I bought it from Christian Lando in the group. It's a Combinables Bruticus upgrade kit, but it will do just fine for the G2 Bruticus. So
which is 09, the feet and hands.
But just before when you said rubber tires too, it's good with that figure. Like it's probably the one vehicle that you really want rubber tires because it's the racing wheels, like the racing slicks. I think it looks really
Yeah.
like it
Yeah,
just
whenever
looks
I think of
perfect.
Bruticus, GT Bruticus, I think of a race car.
Plus,
no,
sort of,
Very good. Very good.
plus with the way the feet are up and how those tyres are the heel, you sort of want rubber to help it grip. If it was
Yeah,
just shiny plastic, it'd
Oh,
slide
if it was
around.
plastic, wouldn't stand. I don't think.
Yeah,
Although I was
did-
going to say, isn't there supposed to be something behind it to act as a heel? Yeah.
Yeah, does he
So
actually have a
there
heel?
is.
Really?
There is
It's only
something behind it.
Yeah.
It's pretty small.
But he's got no
right.
backpack, so he shouldn't be too rear heavy. He should sort of
Yeah,
stand pretty
and
well.
the thing is, he cleans up so well. Like he's
It
very
does.
like. Yes.
He's probably
And
one
for
of the
longest-
posable figures that I've got as well. And this
Yeah,
is why,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
when people are like, "Oh, what version of figure are you getting?" I'm like, "I'm going to get the Ocular Max one."
Yeah.
Because
Well, that's what we were
Just-
talking last week about the Trailbreaker.
yeah,
How you're going with the
yeah,
Trailbreaker.
that's why I got the Ocular Max one because
I think that one
they
looks
haven't disappointed me yet.
good.
Yep.
I think
from-
actually, I think like that's where like really good, where like brands don't disappoint you and they just keep bringing good and better figures every time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the only reason you won't buy it is because you haven't got the money, really.
See what you
Yeah.
can do with that guy as well. Like that's
Mirage
close.
can do the Iron Man pose, and that one would make more sense doing the Iron Man pose because it's a bit more red, or
Yeah.
a lot more red than Mirage. I've
I
seen
hate
people
Iron
do
Man
the full.
pose.
And
You
for the
hate
longest
it?
time,
Yeah, well,
I
it is
hate
stupid. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is
The
quite
lo-
crap.
for the longest time, people have said there'll never be a masterpiece Mirage because you'll never get that mass. So they have to get an IndyCar to transform into a decent robot, but that's perfect proof that it's
Oh, it's great.
more
Like
than possible.
better than Hasbro could do. Again,
And
with
what's
that
the
Oculus
transfer?
Max
Is
figure.
it a nice, easy transformation? Is it sort of MP car
It's
transformation?
fun. It's really, really fun. I love it. I love I like transforming that figure. It's not easy, but it's probably like for an MP car, it's probably like a tad more difficult, but not.
I think Jason disagrees.
No, really. What? You don't
I
like
I was just thinking, like, if you know what you're doing with it, it's probably like a 5-minute transformation. If you're sitting down and following the instructions, it's probably like a 10.
Yeah.
I never ever follow instructions from third parties. They always stuff it up somehow.
I think War Dogs the norm for most
Oh.
complex, isn't it? At the moment.
I want to
Or
have a go at
Fitly.
that guy, which could be taken out of context.
Basically, anything from Bad Cube, pretty fed up with.
Which makes me wonder what the Trailbreaker is going to be like. But anyway,
I love
They
their
say
Insecticons. I don't know
they've
why people don't.
simplified. They say they've simplified the transformation for Trailbreaker and Hoist.
Ah.
Yeah.
Whose Insecticons do you like, Mikey?
Bad Cube.
Uh oh.
And yeah, nobody shares that opinion. Then again,
Yeah.
I'm a nobody.
I've got them, but we'll leave it at that.
John, how tall are
you've
those
got all of
Insecticons?
them.
What?
John, how tall are they? Yeah.
Oh, they're still like half the size of if you put them next to a Seeker, they're just at their waist pretty much.
Oh, there you go. So you could be having a good time.
They're decent size. Like they're bigger than they're bigger than Bumblebee. They're all bigger than Bumblebee, but they're a bit smaller.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh
yeah, just
yeah,
a
it's
little-
much bigger.
No, they just look a lot taller, and I suppose in the photos there's nothing to compare them to. But
They're probably
No,
as
that's
tall
alright.
as tall as Reflector from Mag Toys, which is another good figure.
Yeah, I'm
oh
just
yeah,
trying to-
yeah, no, that's all right.
yeah, that'd be.
Here I was thinking no MP car size, so that's good.
A little
They're
bit smaller,
close
but like,
too.
yeah.
They are. They are, but they're not. Like it's hard.
I don't think the Insecticons were really that big, though, were they?
No, they were pretty big. Yeah, they were big. In
In the cartoon? Really?
Yeah.
Well, they weren't obviously to scale insects because that wouldn't make any sense.
They were as
But,
big as an owl
little-
or something. They were as big as a. That's what I'd say.
Well, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing one on Bumblebee's bonnet, like, but then that's that mass shifting. I think the insects were a lot smaller, like the robot modes were. So
80s
Anyway.
cartoons as well.
to diverge.
Yeah. Did you get anything else, Jason?
Nope. That is about.
Nothing, yeah.
So,
Okey-dokey.
We've blazed through news, and we've blazed through some new acquisitions, and we've still got a little bit of time left. So let's go for a feedback question or two, shall we? Brad kindly asked for some feedback or at least for some questions in the group. First question, I think this one's going to be pretty easy given the discussions that we've had tonight. Jason Attenborough asked, compared to the early days of Combiner Wars comparing the early days of Combiner Wars with Titan's Return, which one are you enjoying more, or are you not interested in Titan's Return? Mikey,
I think.
Okay. Well, I did enjoy Wait, are we talking about Combiner Wars and Titan's Return? Yeah.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah, okay.
like you've just got Wave 1 and about to go into Menasor of Combiner Wars compared to what we've got now of Titan's Return.
All right. Okay. Look, Combiner Wars brought back the whole. I mean, they're both bringing back two old gimmicks, and I swore there was one point that they said they'd never do Headmasters or Headmaster-related Transformers ever again.
When Aaron Archer was at Hasbro, that's what he said.
Yeah, but they did do the smart thing of releasing the little. This is the thing I like about this Titan Wars line. They released as Brad has shown, the little guys, little heads with cars. So at least if you lose your blur's head, you can probably
gold.
You just pop on a horrible head and just put him in the background or something. But Combiners were like more interesting than Head/Titan Masters. Headmasters, they're Headmasters, okay, and they're not Titan Masters. Yeah, I really liked the way they were going, and then I really, really liked the way that Takara was doing them, and just making it more faithful to G1. But then I lost interest and then started going into Masterpiece. So I'd say I like the direction Titan Wars is going, but I think Combiner Wars I prefer.
Titan's Return.
Titan's Return. Combiner.
John, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I like where it's going, where it's heading. It's definitely a big improvement from some of their previous toy lines in the last few years. But I personally, won't be collecting them. But I love the two big figures, Metroplex and obviously Fort Max. To see them be re-released, was pretty good.
Triptychon.
And that's it. I'm still waiting for Triptychon and
I'm buying that no matter what. I'm sorry.
That's definitely something good to see happen. From a perspective of seeing it in G1, and now it's taken this long around. It's finally seeing those figures come out again in a new, better way. But
Triptychon is going to be great.
No matter what.
Buy Triptychon.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some Headmasters out there that I think are good, good figures. I'm just waiting for Masterpiece.
Daniel, what have you got in your collection? Have you got any Titans figures?
No. Although I will point out that I am more interested in the Titans Return figures in just out of pure aesthetic than
I think
Combiner
that's
Wars.
fair. I think that's fair. The Combiner Wars figures all do look, very similar to each other because they all have to function as limbs. But I think
repaints and remolds.
I think people might be letting some of the disappointment that we had in all the constant repaints from Combiner Wars. I think they might be letting that cloud their judgment, because when the first waves of Combiner Wars are coming out, I think people were pretty bloody stoked with them. I think people were really happy with them, and I'm seeing Titan's Return come out, and I'm seeing a lot of people going, "Wow, this figure's really awesome." This is a great representation of this figure, and he does all this stuff. But for me, I don't feel as excited by these characters as so much as holy shit, it's a great update to Superion. But by the same token, I haven't bought that many of them. I did actually go in for the order for the US Brainstorm from Premium Collectibles this week, so waiting for that.
Is that
I'm not
the
really
Voyager or the?
No, the US version of Brainstorm, the deluxe Brainstorm, is
okay.
not on sale in Australia.
They've reissued another Brainstorm.
Yeah, one thing we didn't know. Yeah, they're reissuing that original Voyager one, which is going to be really weird coming out at the same time.
Yeah, with this.
Yeah.
Are they?
So-
sorry. Do they cross? Like,
No.
do they? No, righto.
No.
Okay, that's up.
So so got that brainstorm coming, which I was actually considering going in on a Titan Force set in order to get that figure. So thank you, Premium. Glad to have purchased it. Not entirely sure why it hasn't shipped yet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, they said they had a box of them and they showed a picture of it, so I kind of expected it to have shipped by now. I feel like people might have enjoyed Combiners more. Brad, I think you said Titans several times.
I just going off hearing, I think a lot will agree that first wave Superion, minus Alpha Bravo, was I don't mind Alpha Bravo. He's still on my Superion. Was probably one of the better combiners, especially with the step down we got with Menasor. I think that was, at the time, that was more people in its repainted Prime for Motormaster, whereas they had no idea what was going to follow with the repaints. People forget how often figures are commonly repainted, reused, remolded. Yes, Titan Wars, the Combiner Wars. Now I'm doing it. Combiner Wars took that to the extreme, but they wanted to make combiners, and the best way to make combiners is have a Scramble City type limb that could be repainted, remolded, put new heads on. Now with like Victorion's the 7th, or the Takara one's the 7th combiner that's come out of it all, so you've got updated combiners on your shelves without having to pay $600 for a masterpiece one, for a third party one. So
Titan Wars has really done the remolding and repainting thing really well, because isn't a Blur
There are already
and
repaints.
Brainstorm, Blur and Brainstorm, but they're like quite different, aren't they?
They are quite different.
And I'll still throw in, I reckon there's going to be a cup coming out of that mold as well. But even the Prime from the original Ultra Magnus that's done, and now even this and Astro Train, Scourge, and
that was always Astro Train. They just didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do with Sentinel.
That's the same with Menasor and Prime. Like that Prime should never have existed. Something Scourge is repainted into something. I can't.
Oh.
I don't think it's Hardhead. Or Chrome Dome. Somewhere. He's repainted. Like they're
Chrome
reusing
Dome.
molds.
I think it's Chrome Dome. Yeah.
Yeah, they're reusing molds there too. Blaster and Soundwave. Just it happens. They're doing a lot
better. Like there's a lot more remolded stuff, I feel, in the Titans Return than it was.
I feel like they have more room to maneuver because they don't have to make them all limbs.
Exactly.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like the biggest thing with Titans Return is no third-party companies announced that they're making bodies or anything. Like you'd think body a wave of bodies or something, but then you've got to try and market a $40 body with no head.
Time will tell.
Yeah. But like Combiner Wars, they had Lone Wolf and other Combiner Wars stuff up for pre-order before they got their hands on the Combiner Wars figures to copy and make ports and everything else.
Yeah, that is something I find really weird. Like, how do they get this stuff? Like, you see,
I don't have to wait until they could buy it off whoever was selling it first.
No, but it's just like before they even announced the type of figure, they've already got the upgrade for it. It's just like, what is happening behind the scenes? I don't fully understand.
China has got a really good hacking unit.
Oh, well, there you go. So there you go. All of our third-party companies are hackers, and yeah, perfect. That's great. Good to know. I'm giving money to, Well, then again, we are giving money to people who are trying to profit off another person's thing. But I don't care because Hasbro doesn't do it that well.
This has gone well. Let's move on. Sean Buchanan asks, is there too much Autobot love and not enough Decepticon in the Masterpiece line? I think I know which way his preference lies. Has Takara weighted it too heavily in one faction's favour?
I kind of feel like it has, but not by much.
No.
The Seekers, the Coneheads are definitely tipping the balance back a little bit, but I I posted on the group. The biggest problem you got is with the G1 cast, you had a lot more Autobots than Decepticons. And of the Decepticons, you had a couple that they've never, like Reflector and Devastator are two that are on the Decepticon team that they're sort of not really. Yeah, I'll use them. They've done. Granted, the Combiner Wars Devastator, we've been told that's as close. That was going to be a Masterpiece Devastator, and now it's been released with Combiner Wars. Some, and if I had the space in my Masterpiece shelf, I would have that Devastator up in my Masterpiece shelf because that is pretty much spot on. But but then that sort of raised another question. If you want more cons, and John, you're going for the numbers and not necessarily the product. If they done a Galaxy Megatron or something from Energon or a Beast Wars Megatron or like Masterpiece Waspinator or something, would that go on your shelf with your Masterpiece figures because it's a Masterpiece number, or would you put it in somewhere else? Like where are you going to get the cons? Where are you getting the cons from? That's my thing. Are you going to go to different lines to try and get cons? Are you going to get a animated Megatron or?
No, I know what you mean. That's why I get the few third party triple changes, but I try to stick with the Masterpiece line. But I reckon the clear answer would be that they have gone Autobot heavy because they haven't redone Megatron, and that alone is the deciding factor to me, which proves that they favour Autobots because they redid Optimus, and now how many figures has gone past, and they haven't redone Megatron. They're the two main icons. That's you need Megatron and Optimus, in my opinion, to have a line of figures because that's the leader.
It makes sense. You got to have the two leaders.
Yeah, so it does seem
two most iconic characters. Well, most iconic.
They redid one and haven't redone the other. I don't care what anyone wants to say about laws or this or that. Japan makes figures for Japan.
Apparently, they don't care anymore as well.
And Takara is a Japanese company, so why have they not done it? And that's because they do, I think, favour the Autobots.
Wow, that'd be funny.
So
if they come out with that.
There's often a line trotted out in discussions like these, which is that the Japanese buying public favour good guys, and so that's why they make more good guys than bad guys. But also, thinking of like the G1 cast, like who else do you want in the
you've got Prime.
I haven't done Reflector.
Reflector's the only one from 84 cast.
So they haven't, and there's Insecticons, but other companies have done those. And so are you missing them in your collection? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm missing Reflector. He's the one I don't have.
Make toys.
Make toys. Yeah. No, Fans Toys. Fans Toys.
Yeah, but Make Toys is concealed all in one. Fans Toys is... well, no, they're nice. They've both got good qualities.
So I'll also just point out that Make Toys doesn't really like to be easy to buy in Australia.
What?
Yeah. So Fans Toys.
Yeah, well, it was funny because I bought that at a comic. What is it? One of the Comic Cons. I actually bought that Reflector, and I do not regret it because he's great.
It's good. It's really a business thing.
And Photron's good for a good updated.
As much as everyone will sigh, but obviously Devastator. Even though we don't need another Devastator at the moment, but he is G1 card, and he's Decepticon, and there's five.
That's a good point, though.
That's a lot of Decepticons that they could just nail out then into the line, and then.
But the thing is, people will buy more than just 3 Insecticons. Well, some people will. Some people will true build that, because in the G1 show, there was always thousands of Insecticons.
I don't see people troop building a Masterpiece.
I've got the bad cubes and I've got the Fans Toys ones, and I want to get one more of the purple.
So you've got an insane person right in front of you.
And then obviously, if Masterpiece made Insecticons, I'd get them, and I wouldn't sell them because then I'd have 9. I'd have a nice little army going on.
There you go. Case in point. You got your crazy person there.
That's not even that crazy.
Would you buy more Masterpiece Insecticons?
Yeah, I'd definitely buy a set. And we've got to
would you buy more than one set?
If they were $100 or less, yes.
Okay.
A free pack of Masterpiece.
If you didn't have any Masterpiece scaled Insecticons, Takara comes out with all 3 in a box set for a reasonable price for whatever what they'd be.
Yeah, probably.
Would you get more than one?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you get more than one set?
Yeah. That's why I got Bad Cube and
Yeah, exactly. There you go. I
wanted
exactly.
more than one original set.
Are we talking about the Insecticon?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'd totally buy multiple sets if I could.
There you go, John. Jason. There you go. I would too, actually.
Yeah, and I think getting back to the question, if you don't collect third-party figures, and yes, you are going to have a very one-sided team, but I think the third party with the triple changes,
The losing side.
with the triple changes.
Yeah, but he's not
And-
asking
and the
about
others-
if you collect. He's asking
Yeah, I know.
specifically
Yeah,
to cover.
yeah.
That's the thing, and they have gone heavy on the Autobot side. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, that's a good point, Brad. Like, if
Now-
if you collect the other figures, but
There's a possibility that side's going to get boosted in the next year or two. I can't remember on what I heard it. There's an interview out from some of the Takara designers, and they have discussed that Devastator is not the only combiner that they have looked at. Menasor is on the drawing board. They have looked at that and redoing MP10 into a Motormaster.
God.
And
That
yeah.
doesn't work at all. Sorry,
Yeah.
but that's not
Yeah,
what
I
I
know.
know. God, Motormaster Masterpiece will be gigantic compared to MB10.
Well, it'd have to use the trailer. It's Carter, and they can't sit down and
Exactly,
do
yeah. Because it'd be probably more than twice the size of MP10, which would be hilarious. Because that's
Yeah.
pretty much the whole combiner anyway. In G1, all he did was Motormaster stood there, 2 cars came on his calves, and then 2 others made the arms, and then that's the bloody guy right there.
Yeah, car shoes, yeah.
So on that, I think I know the interview you're talking about. There was something that came out around BotCon or TFCon, and
Yeah.
some of the designers said that yes, it's been a little bit Autobot heavy, and that they're hoping to address that. I didn't really see any specifics on that, but they were probably also making a veiled allusion to the,
combiners were discussed. They
probably
confirmed.
they were probably making a veiled allusion to Megatron 2.0.
yeah, or
Wouldn't
master,
Yeah.
if, they,
Autobots be gigantic?
if they did a masterpiece Astro Train and actually nailed the G1 color scheme and that, all over that.
Yummy,
But then
yummy, yummy.
you got the age-old issue with triple changes. They got to something's
Change
going to lose
triply.
out. Yeah, something's going to lose
I
out.
want it to be as big as MP10's trailer. Like, that's how big I want that train to be, and then
that'd
shuttle
be
as
nice.
well. Like something big.
But that's the problem. You've got a train and a shuttle, and it has to mass shift down to the same
making it-
size. You can't though. It's got to be the same size as Shockwave and the Seekers. Like, he's not. He's not bigger.
Come on, mass shifting. Okay,
Shockwave,
so what the
Shockwave and the
Megatron?
Seekers are actually one of my favorite bands.
Sounds like a great band. What was the thing? Hey, wouldn't a masterpiece, just thinking, wouldn't a masterpiece Aerobots be absolutely gigantic?
Yeah.
Well, just stick 5 Seekers together
No,
with a
But
bigger
that's what I
torso,
want.
really.
but
They need
that
to-
would be
They need
huge.
to do stuff like that, Like, that's realistically where it's at.
I don't want that at all.
But that's Nelly, the Combinables
Sounds
Devastator.
expensive.
It's Nelly the same size as them because, yes, the bot's going to stand that big or whatever else, but it's got to sort of compact into a limb, so it's going to be a little bit smaller than just having those 6 robots stuck
Yeah,
together.
The
So.
Aerobots would have to be scaled with the Seekers, wouldn't they?
Well, Superion's twice the size, 3 times. The Concorde's a lot bigger than it.
Oh yeah,
Concord,
Concorde's
so-
huge.
That's
we always
yeah,
get into a discussion about scale.
yeah. That's why Blastoff isn't hanging off the side of
Because we're
Broody, 'cause it's too
Transformers
big.
fans, Jason. Because we're
Some-
Transformers fans.
Some will say Transformers nitpickers. So
So I will actually give you though that scale is a thing in the masterpiece line. Like there is a we reset the scale at Rodimus Prime, and so everything after MP9 is actually sort of roughly within maybe like 10 to 20% of being within a proper scale of each other. So scale is a thing. And this is actually one of the reasons why I don't want to see combiners.
That'd be way too complex.
This is why I want to see them.
No, but you've already got options for giant combiners. But like seriously, what do they have to do? They have to sell the limbs at like $70 or $80 each if they're like car size or anything. And then you are looking at a very large investment. And
what do you think there hasn't been a third-party defense or because no one's going to make a motorbike that big just to be a limb. Yeah, but it doesn't come out.
third-party defense.
It's in limbo.
No, they'd make Rook.
Very nice. I see what you did there.
Limbo.
I think we need to move on because I think this actually gets into the next feedback question, which is are figures getting bigger? Chris Bell asks, are figures getting bigger? Will we see a scale-sized Metroplex? Would you pay for a 4 to 6 foot Metroplex like the large Star Wars figures by Gentle Giant? And some of us are already paying $500 and up for third-party combiners.
There's a bit of a difference though.
No,
if I could have a combiner the size of myself, oh man, that'd be epic.
Yeah, but
I would like to see that.
He's talking about them big John Cena's and Darth Vader's and that
those things
high big shampoo bottles. Like if you had something that size, nicely detailed, as a bot like
articulate
Unicron City bots.
Cannot no.
Well, no,
Sorry.
they do. They do that, so it's not really articulate. But
a
Unicron like double the size of Fort Max or Metroplex. Like, oh man, I'd be all over that.
How would you?
And they're about $80 as well. So
who cares how you transform it, Marky?
They like ship it. They ship it to you in chunks, like his forearm. It's just like the size of your bed. It's like
a basketball.
The limbs come in like different boxes, and as soon as you open it up, good luck is just written on a piece of paper. I'm like, yeah, well, I have invested in this. I will go all the way.
And orange hula hoop for the.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, yep.
No, like I know it does.
I think
like,
it's.
There you go, Jason.
Okay.
I was going to say, I know it does get a bit crazy, and like we all sort of laugh, like because things, when you think about it, things can get pretty hectic with scale. But like, I just like for once, like I just want a line, like I said, and I don't care what the scale is, like even those Legends size. I just want like to see a line that has nearly every figure start to finish, but in scale. And they can choose what that scale is. I don't care. I'm not asking for something then to be massive, but. Like when you see the Masterpiece line and then, like you said, they reset the scale, I'd assume if they brought in, Superion, that it would be 5 Seeker-sized bots combining together because otherwise the scale's gone out the window, and that's when it just gets annoying.
I think it's worth remembering, though, that the Seekers are the old scale. The new scale is quite different.
But MP11 and that, they're new, and they are different size.
But they're basically the MP3 mold, which is the old.
Yeah,
I know, but that means that they chose that's the scale.
So everything except MP9, everything since MP9, with the exception of MP11, because it's just a redo of the old mold. So I kind of feel yes, figures are getting. Figures are getting bigger. At least the options are getting bigger. Like Hasbro's brought out three large bots in the space of a year, within a year of each other. So you had Metroplex, then you had Devastator, and now you got Fort Max. So there's definitely options out there if you want a giant bot. But I don't think you're going to get the whole line in that.
No, that's
in the size. But if you want to throw money away on a big transformer, you've definitely got the option to do it.
Is that dude from Everybody Loves Raymond still alive that played Robert?
Pretty sure.
Okay, so if he is, he needs to do the voice chip for Triptychon.
Okay.
No, he's the original G1 voice. Well, I'm just thinking about Titans. I'm just thinking that would have to be the voice they choose because anything else would sound shite.
Good. Okay. So, what do you think about large figures?
Just in case he's talking about previous to new figures getting bigger. 07 movie Starscream and Sentinel Prime, and if you see,
but one's got a lot more plastic.
Yeah, both Voyagers. So
one's got a lot more plastic and gimmicks,
and it shoots missiles with springs. So
exactly. Yeah,
but I don't think regular figures are getting bigger. We're still in that downsized mode after Dark of the Moon. But as for your Titans, well, they're releasing that stuff in the Titans line. We got Omega and Triptychon coming and Scorponok, so that's all going to be the mainstay. That's going to be the mainstay every 2 years.
I
Trypticon
reckon they're going to do them
maybe.
every year.
God, bloody.
I reckon they have to do them every year. They haven't just mapped out their giant transformers for 6 years.
They're going to pace
Imagine
it. They're
just-
going to pace it though.
One day having just a lineup of you've got Metroplex, Fort Max, Trypticon, Scorponok, and Omega Supreme.
I think the answer to the question is simply yes. The figures are getting bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, if you look at that,
yeah.
you do have Omega Supreme and Trypticon.
Yeah.
And they're going to be coming soon, and they're going to be coming in the next year or two, because that's just making the point. Like, there are large figures, and there's a big one every year for you to buy.
And they are getting bigger, because you look at Metroplex, biggest transformer ever, even though Fort Max was still bigger. But now we got the Fort Max. It's that head taller again. Trypticon, they've said that the footprint, like the Citybot on the ground footprint, is bigger than Metroplex and Fort Max. Like, they're getting those playsets, Citybots are getting bigger. So,
but who would have thought we would have got an updated Metroplex that would be that big? Like, it's not perfect by any means, but who would have actually thought with how the line was decreasing in size and everything?
Oh, but just having him in full Cybertron, the hope was there. It was way out of scale, but it wasn't out of scale.
Yeah, but he's lovely.
The figure was, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great representation. And I never thought we'd get Citybots, especially as big as they are. I mean, we've got Fortress Maximus from G1, but he's got a lot more weight to him because of the diecast and stuff. But I never thought we'd go back to Citybots and have them so gigantic as they should be. And I'm happy about that.
And Hasbro's, they're only just breaking even on these. Metroplex didn't sell that well.
Oh, surely not. Surely
it did. That's why they.
Surely not.
That's why they didn't repaint them. They were not repainted because they didn't. They weren't going to advertise them again.
How can you say that they're only breaking even on them when Metroplex goes for $100?
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why they did that thing for Fortress Maximus is because they're not going to design a completely new bot when they share so many similarities, and the remolding that they did was sufficient enough, and what they did to that figure was sufficient enough. I know all of my American friends have that mold once or even twice, so I'm not saying that thing went bad.
There's interviews that the original, the first Metroplex, it was supposed to be 220, 230 with that sound chip in it. And
but hang on. You're talking about their recommended retail price.
Yes.
Yeah. So, the recommended retail price for a hunk of plastic with some metal in it, it's not. They're not selling it for $5 above cost price.
All right.
Just go to Battlefield. Should fund that.
I'm just saying that's why we haven't got a Metro Titan. That's why we haven't got all these other repainted Titans, because they're not putting the money into repainting and reboxing.
I don't think you can flood the market with giant figures. You need to give Fort Max some time to sit on the shelf and be there and be that thing that kids are going to walk past at Christmas time. Fortress Max is still out there. It's only just been out there, but you need time for it to sit there and kids walk past at Christmas time and go, "Mummy, that's what I want for Christmas." You can't just put
spend
three of
all
them.
the money.
I miss those days.
Three of them out of the market at the same time.
I think Takara will repaint Fort Max and do Grand Maximus and whatever. And
why wouldn't they? That's only they want to make more money.
It'd probably be a convention thing or something.
They're gonna. It might take a while, but they will.
I thought the convention SDCC would have been Grand or Brave Max, but they just released them as a
I got to look at the
version.
previous last year.
Because they want to wait. They want to wait and make sure everyone's got it first. They're going to hold out and then hold out, so everyone's got it, and then they'll go, "Look what we're bringing out."
Where's the yellow Devastator? Where's the orange Devastator?
Where's the Rainbow Devastator?
The Titans.
Who's got a lolly?
Why don't we have a Skittle Devastator like we had a Skittle Skittle Bruticus?
There's a Skittle going on at the moment.
Fruitastator.
Fruticus.
No, but Fruitastator would be the next one. Gay Pride.
All right. I think
Necron will come, and that's what they repaint.
Yeah, we all know you just want a Titan. You want a Titan class Unicron. That's all you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Titan class
Would
you
be
want bigger
nice. House class.
than yeah. Okay. I think we've done that to death, and I think it might be time to bring the show to a close. Brad, you were about to ask a question.
I was going to say you delete the other convention one. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Okay, that is it for the show. Thank you for listening, guys. It's about an hour and a half. Seems to be a nice, comfortable runtime. What is happening this week? I'll tell you what's happening this week for me. I'm not going to be on next week because I'm going to be in Singapore. I'm off to Singapore for an Ingress event next weekend, which also means Transformers shopping.
You, sir,
there
will
you
get a
go.
PM from me during the week.
let me know if there's something you want to keep an eye
Has
out.
Singapore got
There
the
is.
30th anniversary thing yet or not? The
What is the 30th anniversary
Blu-ray,
thing?
Movie.
the Blu-ray disc thing,
No,
Oh,
it's
the
only available in the States, and it's Region 0.
which is
I thought it was Region
You can
3.
import it and play it.
Ca-
It is.
yeah.
we
it is
can.
Region
Oh,
0.
okay, perfect. Oh,
Okay.
awesome, perfect.
So yeah, I'm also planning to check that out as well. Someone may have imported it into Singapore, but it's only just come out this week in the States, so give them some time.
Yeah.
Or just order it from Amazon. Yeah, so I'll be away next week. I'm sure you guys will handle things duly well in my stead.
Oh, it will be chaos.
It probably will. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. You can find the podcast on iTunes. Please head over there and give us a review or at least just a rating. If you can give us a 5-star rating, that's even better. The link is on the website and in the show notes. And the podcast is now on YouTube. You may be watching us on YouTube right now.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing. People are watching you and they're looking right up your nose at the moment, Mikey.
Oh, cool.
The link to the YouTube channel is on the TCCA website. That is transformerscca.com, and in the show notes. So thank you very much, and it's goodbye from me. And yeah, I'll be back in a couple of weeks. But Brad will be back next week with an interesting cast of
Misfits.
Interesting cast of misfits. A ragtag bunch of Transformers fans to guide you through the week's news.
Join me back for episode 78.
What the hell was that?
I have no searching for treasure.
Fiddly dee, join us for Transformers. A pirate you be.
I just blacked out.
We
whatever.
held it together. We held it together right until the end, and now it's just gone.
Yeah. Righty, guys. Have a good week.
There
right.
she blows. The insanity.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.